Let's see Here we are. We're live. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
And we've just been giving Mike heck for being sick, and he's back. We're so glad to have him back.
Glad to be back.
And our guest canceled. We hadn't advertised him yet, but when I got down to finalizing with him, he's very, very busy. He let me know yesterday that he wouldn't be able to make it. But he said after the first of the year, definitely. But we'll be fine. So we decided instead of canceling, we would just hang out. Mike pitched an awful fit when I said we'll cancel then since Mike's out, and so here we are.
He won't have it.
That's right. So if anybody wants to join us or anybody has questions about anything, buy Mike a coffee. There we go. But let's see who's in here real quick. There is Mike. Do you mind saying hello to people?
Oh.
I'll do it if you don't want to.
Let me get over there.
You got a little better voice than I do. Dee Dee likes the manly voices.
Okay, participants list is BJ Palmer, Bob, Dan, Dan Slee, Dee Dee, Dragon Lair, Kat McKenzie, Lady Rorschach, Sky Dancer, and Why Are We Always Yelling?
Awesome. Welcome everybody. Thank you for reading them off and welcoming everybody. So
thank you everybody for all the comments and support over the last few days. It has meant everything to me.
Oh.
Well, you've been missed, that's for sure.
Yep. And you remember when you hit 300, Mike? I had to have that mug that you gave away.
Yeah.
And John McKenzie won it, but he gave it to me.
Oh, that's nice of him.
There's Paul McCarthy just came in.
Hey, Paul.
Improve your CBE.
I was too lazy to get up and set my cup up. I was sitting with the dog in the chair the other night and laid my mug down in the chair, and then I knocked it off and broke the handle off. So I've got to get me another mug, but I'm managing with it. So are you feeling better, Mike? Uh-oh. Pam, how are you feeling?
Well, I'm walking, not walking, but I'm not grabbing the walls as I shuffle along, and I'm able to lift both feet off the ground, so I'm slowly improving. Better than I was the other night, but I was going to have an auction tonight, but I'm going to do it tomorrow night, give myself a little bit more time to get stuff ready, because I'm still not able to walk around freely.
Right.
But I'm not grabbing walls and stuff like I was having to do with every step, so this is a good thing. It's still like little tiny short steps, but I'm getting there.
Awesome.
Well, some steps are better than none.
That's right.
It's like I had both my feet operated on at 2 different times, and they gave me one of those scooters.
Oh,
you
cool.
realize how fast you can go on a scooter in Walmart to run to the bathroom?
No, but it sounds like fun.
You go about 30 miles an hour on a leg.
Sounds fun.
Oh, it is until you run the scooter in the door frame.
Well, Dee Dee, I don't want to get in your personal health information and your HIPAA and all that stuff, but I hope you hadn't been binding your feet like Pam had been.
No, I'm not into bondage and all that.
Yeah, I mean this is like
I'm disappointed in you, Dee Dee.
I've got other things to worry about.
somebody else has got the lot cornered on that, huh?
Yeah. I'll
Genetics
tell you what,
thing.
the prison wore my feet out.
Yeah. I imagine it's not shag carpet in there either.
No, and the thing is, you have to wear shoes that are not very supportive. But the thing is, I had one foot done, and so after that one healed and I could stand on it, then I had the other one done. So I think I was almost half a year with one leg, one or the other. It's aggravating when you can't just get up and walk. We take things for granted.
Yeah. How did that scooter travel over gravel?
It would beat your teeth in, but luckily, I have a walkway all the way to my door, and I wouldn't dare go somewhere that would be hard. It's just one of the things I wasn't going to do.
Right.
So
Don't blame me.
if we had to go somewhere, my husband would drive me as close as he could get me, then put me out and go back and park the car, that kind of thing. But it's like, you know,
They usually will give you like one of those temporary disability things so you can park close.
oh, he would park me even closer than that and drop me off.
Well, that's true if you got somebody to take you. But
Yeah, yeah. I didn't go very much by myself because you had to like put your scooter in the back of the SUV and then hobble around to the front with one leg,
right.
to get the car if you were by yourself. It was too much work.
Hey, Melvin, always a pleasure, sir. Well, Mike, how are you feeling? Everybody's been commenting and wondering how you're doing.
It's bad.
You're muted, Mike.
Probably my biggest issue right now is I'm having problems losing my balance. And I don't know if that was some of the different medicines they were trying or what, but or just not maybe being up and around. But it's getting better.
Sort of like you came home with sea legs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mike, a coffee.
So I have to hold on to furniture and walls and stuff. So
It's not vertigo, is it?
no, I don't think so.
I had that one time.
I had it once too, and it was just maybe a year ago, if that long. And it was just when I would lay down in bed and get up, and so it wasn't like a big problem, but never did figure out what it was. It stopped.
Yeah, I had that about a year ago too. It was like I opened my eyes when I got out of bed, and like the whole room was like spinning and wouldn't stop. Held the walls going to the living room, and everything was still bouncing up and down. And finally went away. But I had it for about a week. It kept coming back, and then it just disappeared and hasn't been back again. So I don't know what it was.
Mine only lasted like 15 minutes, and let me knock on some wood because it's never come back. I was in the dormitory when it happened. I walked in to check the wing out, and when I turned around to go back to the central area, everything moved on me, and I didn't want the inmates to know it. So, and I could see 3 doors. I couldn't figure out where the door was, so I said, I'm going to the middle one and hope that's the one. That's what I did. So I called for somebody to come over, and it passed, after a few minutes. I don't know. It's
Yeah, when I
weird.
had it, it's like I looked at the door, and it was like 2 doors, but they were like going around in a circle and wouldn't stop circling.
Yeah, mine were moving too, and they were like shuffling side to side.
Yeah, I've had every scan there is over the past week.
Well, I hope you got some answers and got what you needed done, and
I
you're on
think
the
I think on a good start.
good,
That's awesome.
good deal.
That's what it takes.
The only bad thing is I'm probably not going to be able to work anymore.
Oh, I hope not Dragon Lair. Prostate cancer. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't be.
I'm going to eat my dinner that my sister just brought me.
Ah, I wondered why you were moving so fast. I move fast for food too.
Me too. What you got?
Oh, that
Ooh,
looks good.
that's
Yeah, heck yeah.
what's the
Country
green
style.
stuff?
Looks like there's a vegetable combo, some chicken and noodles, and some rolls.
Wow,
Oh, they're
that's a
chicken
nice
rolls.
picture. So,
Yeah, she's been fussing over me pretty hard, and it's getting pretty tiresome.
You know, some people like to take care of others, but it seems like those kind of people end up with people that don't appreciate it. Yeah, we want to wipe your brow, you know, straighten up for you, and
We're
baby
about
you.
Her and I are about to have a fist fight though because she's got my car and won't bring it back.
she don't want you driving.
Nope.
Well, there you go.
Well, one thing about her, she don't come back to the apartment. You can't fight with her. She can shove a plate underneath the door and run.
Is that what you did, Dee Dee?
That's what I would do.
I bet.
Hmm.
Well, I don't want to make you have to talk all the time, Mike, while you're trying to eat. But when you're between chewing and swallowing, I did wonder how you took care of your pets and who took care of them, because I know you'd said a few times that your family didn't know you had reptiles. You said that in the stream. So I was just curious. Of course, the reptiles would be fine.
Well, I sent her over to feed the cats, and that's when she found the snakes.
Oh, Lord.
She did give them water.
Well, there you go.
What, the snakes?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. I don't know. If I had to go tend to them, you might have come home to some thirsty snakes. Oh, Lord.
You didn't tell her at all that you had snakes there?
Nope.
She wouldn't have went, would she?
Probably not.
That's the way my sister is. She won't even come in. And that, after I told her I had a snake loose, she won't even get out of her car.
But one of the LFSs that I go to it's a yellow python. It is 17 feet long.
Holy cow.
It is so huge. I think they said it weighed 160 pounds.
What was that, Dee Dee? What's
It's
17?
a snake. It's some sort of yellow looking constrictor, I guess.
Yeah, anaconda.
I don't know. It's at a pet store, and I meant to take a picture of it to show y'all. If that thing was to get out, it could easily eat a cat.
Probably.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
At that size, I think they feed them rabbits.
And little pigs.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. I've got all my 3 new ones. Well, 2 of them, but one of them still hasn't eaten frozen thawed, but I'll give him time. He's okay.
You see, I'll go back to the area, and then when I see that thing, it gives me the creepies, and I have to come on back out because they have cool stuff for your lizards and whatnot, but I feel claustrophobic because it's in like a little area that's built off to the side, so it's like a skinny room. And just about. I can't stay back there with it once I see it.
They've got it like that, so if anybody messes with it, it doesn't have to chase them far.
No, well, the enclosure that it's in is probably 8 feet long. It's like a small room.
Wow.
I mean, you can tell they've had it a long time.
Yeah. It's probably a big pet until it gets hungry.
They've got a turtle in there. That thing is huge, and you have to watch out for him because he'll go out the front door. He can push the door open.
Oh, they let her run around? That's cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
She opens the door up, goes in the bathroom.
How's your Ano doing? I see one of mine running back and forth up there, but I don't see any reason. It's just running. It might be after a bug or something.
Well, I remember I had one that escaped. I called it. And come to find out, I didn't realize there was these little clips at the top of your screen. And so I guess when he was so little, he could get through those holes.
No,
I saw those little black things. I thought, what am I supposed to do with them? So, and then it's like, I just happened to I moved the cage because I changed the whole end of my fish room around, and I had to take the cage and put it in the kitchen for a day or so.
Yeah.
And I saw the hole because it's up so high I can't see it normally. And it's like, I bet that's how that little booger got out. So I went and got those little clips and popped them in. It's like, well, damn. Duh.
They can squeeze through anywhere. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I have one that's real tiny, but I love those things.
I've still got 2 of them, and one of them's missing like the last third of its tail on the end, but I don't think those snakes care anything about them. There's 2 snakes in there, and they don't even look at them. The Anos run over the snakes, and they don't even flinch. They're both out running around. I might ought to put some flies in there.
Yeah,
well, this one here, I think he wanted to go back in.
Yeah, he wanted his food and stuff, probably. Water.
What were you saying, Mike?
Those Anoles are so fun to watch.
Snake fam. There's the amazing diver man. Howdy, howdy. I guess
Diverman.
We can't be presumptuous because there's a lot of snake people around already. So, yeah, we're the snake fam. I've never heard the reptile community called anything like that. Dragon Lair asked you, Dee Dee, if that was a reticulated python or a Burmese.
I really don't know. I'll have to make note of it next time I go. They're about an hour away from me. But when I'm in the area, I usually stop in there and see if there's anything I need.
They have fish and all that too?
Yeah, but I don't buy their fish. They just don't look healthy to me. From there, I buy products off the shelf, or either something for the lizards.
I'm going to that place that I got my green African bush snake tomorrow, and they have unusual things like that. So I might get something, I might not. I'd have to get a set of, I don't have anything. Not one empty tank that's not got something in it now.
I'm taking it easy. I'm sitting in a recliner. I can't see this chat. I'm supposed to be modding.
Yeah, reptiles and fish definitely go together well, and so much of the stuff is usable between.
Yep.
Surprising.
That and cats. It's almost like every fish room has a cat in, except for mine.
I want to show you my wood, Dee Dee.
Oh Lord, I'm getting excited.
There's Woody.
That's some mighty big wood there you got.
I got 2 pieces, and this is the one that was only $15. But when you go to those Repticons and stuff is so cheap. But now I'm not sure where I'm going to put it. I just saw it, and it was the prettiest piece. But for $15, Yazzie would get in it. I put it in the floor for Yazzie, and all of us could get in that.
That was a good bargain.
Yeah,
Is that
$15.
Yeah, because now is that what peat or something that they
Cork. It's cork bark.
cork? Yeah, I bought some and nowhere near that size, and I probably paid almost that much.
This was 5. It was in the 3 to 5 pound. You said 5. That would be like 10 or 12 normally.
Yeah, see, who doesn't like a nice piece of wood?
That's probably where I got dirt in my Tennessee Fish Mafia hat. I put it on the other night, I think on Pam's stream, and it was full of dirt. And I didn't know it. I didn't know it till I took the hat off and I had dirt in my hair. It flew all out. Oh, really?
Yeah, Laura.
So if you want to find the dirt on anybody, come to my stream.
Bob's wood is photoshopped.
That's huge.
Well,
Oh, Lord.
it is a great big piece of wood. Here, let me put it. I guess I was holding it out there beside me. So.
Oh yeah, he wants to show off his wood again.
I just got it beside me. I guess that gives a
Yeah.
better perspective.
Yeah, you tell us a nice piece.
I
Well,
would
what is the deal with the cork? Why is it cork that you put in these cages?
One thing I know is that it holds, and Mike or Pam probably know more than I do about it. I'm sure they do, but it's good to hold moisture if you're trying to control humidity and keep humidity constant and keep it up. So that's what I use it for, and I always miss mine down good if I'm trying to keep humidity up. I've got a low humidity in my 55 that's got two of the new snakes in it, and they're not staying humid enough in there, so I'm going to be closing the top of it up some way.
Yeah. See, Dan was waiting for Pam to make an inappropriate comment, and she dropped the ball. He picked it up. There you go.
I never make inappropriate comments. They're always appropriate.
Right.
Have you seen the live stream video thing that I do, Pam? The video that I put out?
I think I did one time. I'm usually not awake.
Well, on yours, I would put on there, I said, come see Pam's, they might do some art, might this, that, or the other, or you might hear a story, but you can bet it's going to be colorful.
The schedule,
Did you go here?
like who's live streaming today. Yeah,
Yeah.
I always see those.
I cheated last night. I just sat there and read it like a newscaster.
Some of the expressions you make for the thumbnail are pretty interesting.
Well, I work hard for that.
I can tell. It's a lot of effort.
Hey, if you can't be good at something, look stupid.
Right.
It works.
Right.
Yeah. And
Pam. It's usually for getting some rare ones to break, giving them more natural light experience. Oh, cool.
It got down to 10 degrees last night. I woke up yesterday morning and it was like 19 degrees outside and my power was out. And when I got up, it was 41 degrees in the house.
I don't know how y'all can stand it cold like that.
I love it.
How many of us have caught a reptile outside in nature? Dan Slee wants to know.
Oh, I have several times. We had a turtle when I was growing up that was a eastern box turtle that we picked up on the side of the road when we were on vacation, and we had him for years and years and years and years. We named him Turtle. And then I had a couple different kinds of lizards that I caught in eastern Oregon for a long time. There's I don't even know exactly what they were. There's two different kinds that we called horned toads, but one of them was like really fat and moved slow. And I had a couple of those, and they had babies. And then the other kind had like horns behind its head and like ran really fast. But me and my brother managed to catch a couple of them, and we had them for a few years.
The only one I can remember, we used to play with frogs and tadpoles and amphibians and stuff. But I remember my Uncle Henry, and I've told this before, plowing a field, and I was just staying with them this summer or something. But anyway, he plowed up an eastern box turtle, and I brought it back down to the house on the farm and showed it to my great aunt, and she was telling me, well, they eat worms and stuff. So she helped me get, I was little, like 4 or 5. She helped me get some worms, dig up some worms and offer to it. And one went up in its shell, and I started crying. I remember, what a nerd. I started crying and saying, oh my God. And she's like, well, you know, it has bugs and stuff get on it all the time. It'll be okay. And I was so upset by the worms, she made me take it and put it back out in the field.
But believe it or not, when I was young, we would catch grass snakes, and the neighbor lady would chase her with them. Hold it up and chase her, make her run.
Yeah.
Until she got tired and she turned on us. But all of my anoles I caught in the backyard.
The ones you've got now?
The ones I've got now, yeah.
Oh. Sam, did you, were those water moccasins you were catching, or
Oh, Lord.
some kind of water snakes?
I would freak out to see a snake in the water.
Oh my God, the garter snakes. There's some of those now. I'm starting to get into those, Mike. I might have told you that. I just saw some video, and can't figure out who it was I watched now. But if you Google the garter snakes, and even some like underground reptiles and places have them, but they're real expensive if you don't get them from a breeder. There are blue ones and red ones and all kinds of them.
There's some really nice ones.
They're regional, you know, a lot of them are, and then they're breeding them to enhance the colors and making morphs. And they're really cool.
But Dan Slee says Yeller thought, no, Dan said that his first was a western fence lizard. They call them blue bellies.
Yeah.
I don't know what a fence lizard is.
It's what I think it is. They kind of look a little bit like they're gray with black on them, and they're wide. It's what I think it is. But we do get them here in Tennessee.
Snakes eating fish, and when I lived on Cape Cod, I had a small pond with goldfish in it, and garter snakes started like catching my fish and eating them. So, yeah.
Apparently, some people that breed them or just keep them have fish available for them to eat sometimes too, or they'll eat fish, that are not alive. They'll take a fish. So.
They will definitely eat fish. They started out, the bullfrogs were like laying eggs, and I'd have little bullfrogs in the pond, and they started out eating the bullfrogs, but then they advanced to eating my fish. So I started, sorry to say, on a reptile show, but I started killing them when I saw them after that because they were eating my fish.
That's what I was trying to think of with Spirited Dragon a minute ago. I said they look like a little one. From me just doing that, Dragon Lair said what they look like. Well, he knew anyway, but yeah, they do look a little bit like that. The fence lizards. It was easy with the snakes.
The good thing about the garter snakes is you can keep them together too.
Yeah. Oh, there.
Oh yeah, I found like a pile of them one time. I think they were breeding or something that was like in a ditch, and there must have been like 200 snakes all wound around each other and stuff. And it
Ooh, a snake orgy.
smelled terrible. Believe me, it smelled terrible.
I might be wrong, but I read somewhere that like there'll be one female and it'll have 100 males on it, and all trying to breed the same snake. And if there's a lot more males than there are females, or something, it's weird.
There you go. That's what I was going to ask. I thought those could pile up like coolie loaches do.
Yeah, I did get tadpoles one time. I put them in with my guppies, and they started getting out. I mistimed when I should put them back outside, and my mother found a couple of those.
I'm pretty sure, I can't really remember what we did. I'm pretty sure we caught tadpoles though.
I remember seeing some real pretty salamanders on the farm too, and it was always under something damp.
Yeah. I found a few salamanders like underneath where the dripped a little bit and stuff like that.
That little blue belly, that's a pretty lizard.
Yeah, that's what I saw too, Dragon Lair. It had spots on the sides or stripes, orange and black. Anytime they'd be gardening and move a border or something, it'd have salamanders.
Now we have the slick looking, they look bluish with stripes on them. What is that? Looks like a lizard. Looks like it's like about the same size as an anole.
Oh, those, I think they're really a skink, a blue-tailed skink.
Yeah.
See what, is that what it is? Yeah, and they'll drop their tails a lot of times and run, and their tail will be twitching.
Yeah, in fact, I saw one the other day without its tail.
Another time when I was real little, I was sitting on the steps and I was watching this lizard, and it looked big, but it was one of those. It probably was a bigger one. And there was a flower pot. My mother always kept flowers, potted plants. And I heard her behind me, and she was looking through the screen, and she motioned for me to put the flower pot over onto there. She might have whispered onto the lizard. I don't know why, but I did. And when I almost got it set on it, it dropped its tail and ran. But I thought the lizard was still under the pot, but it wasn't. It was long gone. I guess she wanted it killed. And they got her back too, now that I think about it, probably about 15 years ago. And I was having a lot of back trouble, or maybe longer. It's before my back surgery. Anyway, I went home from Florida, and my cousin Butch came too, and we drove, and I'd had a myelogram or an epidural or something. Of course, you're supposed to lay flat. But anyway, the whole time I was driving, reclined from Florida to Tennessee up here, I was leaking spinal fluid. So the next day when I woke up, every time I'd sit up, I'd pass out. So we called the doctor back into Florida, and he said, well, you just have to lay for a couple of days till you regenerate enough spinal fluid that your brain will float again. I'm like, that's lovely. So instead of laying flat, I laid fat for 3 days. But she saw one of those lizards in the bedroom I was in, and I thought she was going to kill me because she got rayed, and she took the little seal heat thing off the baseboard, and she was under there poking and spraying, and I was like, I can't get up, I can't breathe, but they got her back. 50 years later, they got her back. And Butch was having the time of his life. He had my Cadillac, and I couldn't go anywhere, do anything. He caused a scene at the bowling alley. He got in trouble, and they made him come back, brought him back in the police car, brought my car back. My mother knew all the police. He got at the bowling alley and got drunk, so I had to take my keys away from him. That was awful.
Well, you and Mike have something in common. When you get down and out, somebody in your family takes your cars.
My mother took the key from him when the policeman gave it to her. All he had to say was, I'm staying up at Milby Morrow's with her son. And they're like, oh, well, we'll take you over there. She knows them all. Actually, her brother used to be a policeman, so he got out of it.
BK said her injection site didn't heal, so she had to have a blood patch.
Yeah, a lot of times when they would do, I don't know if they still do, but back in the day when they do epidurals on women to have a baby, they'd have to have a blood patch later for headaches and stuff. So, yeah, mine didn't seal, but I was driving 400 miles, so that would do it. Hey, Anthony. Howdy, howdy. I was thinking about you and Priscilla the other day when I saw y'all doing all that hiking and stuff. That looked like so much fun.
Yeah, they got a pretty place to hike at.
Yeah.
And Paul McCarthy has beautiful places to hike too.
Oh my God, some of the pictures he posts look like.
Hey, Anthony. So where is Paul? Is he in Sweden?
I want to say yes.
Ireland?
Not Ireland.
But it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
He shows different pictures, different ways he goes walking, and all of it's pretty. There's a lot of old castles and remnants of stuff like that there. So it's somewhere like it's in the old country, dude. The old world.
Anthony and Priscilla, they're walking what? Is it Colorado?
That's what I thought. Could have been California. I don't remember what it said. Too damn cold to be hiking.
In between here and Priscilla, there's a lot of mountains and hiking areas and stuff.
Oh, he's in Wales.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
No wonder it's so pretty. It's nice. So, Anthony, what's been keeping you away? Put you on the spot. Are you keeping fish? Are you keeping reptiles? What the hell's going on?
He's keeping up with Priscilla. That's what he's keeping.
I know, but thought he was in England.
It was Priscilla's son's birthday too. So,
8
He
years
turned
old.
8 the other day.
yeah.
Yeah. Xavier, I think. God. He was 4, I think, when I first started seeing Priscilla on Fish Fam streams. He was real little. Keeping her happy. Oh, that's Dan. I thought it was Anthony saying that. Lake Hialeah in Colorado. That's got to be an Indian word. I hear somebody's kitty.
Yeah, that'd be the perfect place to live, Paul.
Well, I might be related to him. I think my ancestry says I'm from near that area.
I'll have to research that. Now I'm curious. I know we have the Prince of Wales, so I think that's the son now. Since Charles is the king, he made the son Prince of Wales. But do they have a government separate there? And I'll have to research that. I need to know.
Yeah, I know they're part of the UK.
But if he's Prince of Wales, is that an honorary title, or does he actually govern Wales?
I think it's an honorary.
Well, the king and queen kind of is, but so I guess it would be. My COVID and flu injection yesterday. Yeah, you'll be fine tomorrow.
That's one thing. I did get my flu shot while I was in the hospital.
I've got all mine.
So
I guess it's a good place to be. Good place to be.
They didn't bother me this time. The last time I was down like a night, part of the next morning.
Yeah, I was kind of happy to do it in the hospital because I've never had one before. So
Hmm. I've had patients back in the day, Anthony, that did that. Usually teenage boys diving in creeks and stuff, break their necks. I remember two right off that I had. Not know how deep it is, or hit something, a car or something under the water, break their
Yeah,
neck.
when I was a EMT, I went to a couple different things where people dived off of rocks into the lake, and like one guy broke his back. And yeah, always the safest thing to do.
When my husband was a young Marine, they were stationed in Spain, and one of those high rocks, they're like, they put up $100 and you would jump and you would get your $100. And he said he really wanted $100. He said, but going down, he thought, I wished I hadn't have done it. But he said he'd never do it again. He said, because when he hit that water, he didn't think he'd ever come back up the other direction. And he could swim, but it was so high up, it pushed him so far down in the hole. And there was probably some alcohol involved too.
Oh yeah. He never was a diver. Never. I did in the swimming pool, but not in the lake and stuff.
Yeah, Dan, I've had my fair share of bad ideas too. Seemed like a good one at the time, though, didn't it?
I think we all have.
Of all the stupid stuff I've done, I never broke anything. And then one day I stepped off the sidewalk, and apparently there was a rock under my shoe, and I rocked backwards and fell and broke my wrist on the sidewalk curbing.
Oh, ouch.
It's like I've been thrown off, run over, and everything else, never broke anything.
You never hear of kids getting, probably because they wear their shoes these days, but we used to get what they called stone bruise. You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Might just be a Tennessee thing, but we'd hurt our foot, and my mother would say it was stone bruise. I don't know what that means, but it would be sore.
Well, we play barefoot all the time.
We did too. I never wore shoes in the summer except at church.
That's right. And you pulled them off when school got out, and unless you went somewhere in the town or the church, you didn't put shoes on. That's true.
Bruising on the bottom of feet. Yeah, they called it stone bruise. That'd be good something for somebody's real bored one night and can't sleep to Google stone bruise.
And we ran in the woods and everything barefooted.
One time I forgot to take my good shoes. I just had my cowboy boots. I was one of those kids that would wear shorts and cowboy boots like they still do sometimes around here.
Mm-hmm.
And when we got ready for church, I just said cowboy boots, and my aunt made such a big deal about it. She made me feel like a monster or something. I'm like, I just don't care what's on my feet. Good Lord.
Well, see, nowadays, if you wear shorts and cowboy boots, you got to do a dance challenge.
Yeah, I could do it. I can twerk duty. Do you know that?
I've heard.
See? Kind of famous for it. But
That's the word on the street.
I only do it for money now. Like you say, for money, the big bucks.
That's right. All them animals got to eat.
Yeah, it does hurt, Dan, but we could just run in the summer. We could run in briars and we didn't care. I mean, it just gets so tough. It'd be like leather.
Yeah, briars you could do. Sandspurs is a different story.
Yeah, oh yeah, those are wicked. We could run on the hot road too. I remember on the blacktop. I remember a lot of time having to push my bicycle up hills barefoot. A lot of times. The heat.
Yeah, we'd walk on the white line because it was cooler than the rest of the blacktop.
We didn't have enough sense to know that. Did not know
I must have been a tenderfoot.
Yeah, I heard saw you post that about that call. I get those every now and then due to my ruptured disc in my neck, and it's always the left shoulder because of the way the disc is ruptured. But when it's not hurting, it's wonderful, and it's not hurting now. I have to get a trigger point injection sometimes in the muscle to release it, let it relax. It's worth it though.
Okay, that will. Do you ever do the suction cups?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Not for shoulder pain. I've done them for other things, but this is not that kind of strain.
Yeah. I use them all the time. I love them.
For pain?
Yeah, like if you got a pulled muscle or something, you put it over that muscle and it'll pull it and lift it and stretch it a little bit.
That makes sense.
You know, and then when you take them off, because it'll leave a red like circle on you because of the circulation. You know, because you pull out all the air and just let it stay there for as long as you want to. And but when you relax, it lets those muscles, you know, if they were tight, it helps relax them.
Though when I get the trigger point injections, it's just xylocaine and I think sometimes steroid. If I whine enough, he injects it 2 or 3 places. He wants to know where it hurts the worst, and that's where he injects it. He's real good, the pain specialist. I've been having to get them for occipital nerve blocks for the same disc when it's giving me a headache across the side of my head. They think I can't twerk. They're laughing about it. It's a cherry on top. It's all right. You have to go way, way back at the beginning of time in YouTube to find those videos. You missed it, Daniel.
And you never know what somebody can do.
Right. Just like the other night I was telling Pam, talking about Pam having that trapeze throughout her place, and nobody knew that, so I put out personal information, but telling her she should go overhead instead of walking on her injured ankle. Yep.
It would be kind of nice to have some sort of backpack where you could levitate.
Should be able to train all these animals.
You would have thought, back when we were kids, we saw the cartoons like the Jetsons and all that.
Oh, yeah.
You would think by now that would be kind of something that is normal.
I know. They have them, but it's like a special thing. You have to go see them and pay and all that.
Oh, yeah. But it should be like,
Dragon Lair. Bad Dragon Lair. I've seen it before. I actually didn't do it for Pam. I did it in the reflection of the tank, and she caught it.
Well, Bob is known to wear his boxers on a string.
I'm wearing right now.
I know.
Ain't nobody got time for all that.
But you forgot that you had them on.
I forgot that I was reflecting in the aquarium. Pam left it for a long time, and then I was doing a live stream.
Yeah. You're lucky I got dressed for this.
I figured you were sitting there naked, Mike, from the waist down, but I would be. Well, not naked, but boxers. That's all overrated. Nobody cares. It's like those videos you see of people that are working from home, but they're only got their suit and tie on.
Yeah. Or the pajamas on from the bottom half.
Yeah. Doesn't make any sense to do all that cleaning up and stuff. At least he was wearing some. I know. Could have been worse, right?
Yeah.
A lot worse.
I got to be off work for 2 weeks, so I'm not going all out.
No. You'd be having to do laundry, not feeling well, so I wouldn't. Shoot, it went right out of my head. Oh, Dee Dee said she was doing trimming plants, and that she had on a wet T-shirt, and I couldn't raise enough money fast enough to make her just turn her camera on.
Lord knows I posted a little video, and it was just barely, I mean, you couldn't really see nothing that wasn't, you know, it wasn't nude or anything, but I put, this is what happens when ladies do water changes or something.
Yeah.
But I got my video back. YouTube marked it as not appropriate. Yeah, it's like, well, damn, you can't even see a nipple or anything in it.
I've done that before, like dipped myself into a tank when I was like reaching to adjust the filter and stuff.
Yeah.
Now that ought to get the image of me twerking out of y'all's mind right there.
One of the funniest things though was Amber. What's the name of her channel?
Big City Bettas?
Yeah. She was she did a video showing some of her bettas and stuff one time, and then somebody had to tell her after it was posted and a lot of people saw it that they could see her reflection in the tanks, and she just had on bra and panties.
Yep, I saw it. She's in good shape too, so. I saw it.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Yeah, I can do that now because I got no butt left after they drained all that fluid off of me.
So you got to stay out of work 2 weeks.
Yep.
I didn't know the recovery. I better not say that. From a lobotomy was that long.
Yeah,
he didn't get it.
they don't want me to go back to work at all.
You better listen. I want you to get disability.
Yep.
I finally gave up and did it. I was 59. I should have done it at 55, but I didn't. I kept thinking I'd make it to 62, and I was almost 60. It was the month before I turned 60. I just couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. I inherited my dad's butt, no ass at all. Yeah. I know that feeling, Dragon Lair.
Yeah.
Poor Amber, I know. He's laughing while he's saying it.
No, he's probably trying to find a video while he's saying it.
She took it down. As soon as she found out, she took it down.
She did. You couldn't see her that clearly, but you could tell once you knew, you could tell for sure.
Right.
Well, Mike, if you need anything, you know we're here, so you definitely don't.
We ain't gonna do a damn thing for you, but we're here.
That's right. I started to say I'm not freaking cooking anything and bringing it though, because I can't cook. So, oh my God, I think I need to wash my mouth.
I can cook. Who would have thunk it?
That's the one thing my sister can do is she can cook. She cooks like my grandma.
What about supplies for your critters? You know, all that stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
You don't need a pack of frozen rats, mice.
No. I'll have to go to the LFS and get a few for the next meeting, but
That'll be a good womp on it.
well, I'm supposed to have my car back tonight, so
Tonight?
we'll see.
Friday night, it ain't gonna happen. Let's see. What you need is a mocha frappe.
Yeah.
And I do need one of those.
I didn't get one today.
I haven't had one for 6 days, so
Well, maybe she'll stop and get you one on the way.
I
Bring your
doubt it.
car back. No.
It's all right. She brings my car back. I'm taking a little trip after she leaves.
Well, Bob, let me ask you this real quick.
Go
On
ahead.
Knowles, now this enclosure that I bought is a natural terrarium thing. It's all glass with a little bottom where you can put a pond in if you wanted to, with the screen top. Would a Knowles be able to just stay in a screened enclosure?
Just as long as you can keep it humid enough.
I think they could.
I mean, they seem to be able to live fine outside and in a house. So as long as they had the things they needed, the only thing would be the temperature and humidity. If you can control it.
Well, this
That's
room is
all
staying about 80.
I
But
think
it's
you would
staying
be
at-
all right.
What's staying 80?
This room, the heater keeps this room about 80 in here.
Yeah. That should
And
be
my
fine.
humidity is up pretty high too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking, because I really, really want a bigger enclosure for them.
You could always mist it too, a couple of times a day, and have those little humidity dial. That's what I have in the ones that I need to watch close. Sometimes I move them around, but temperature and humidity, I don't have them in all of them because they're not all that sensitive. But
Now, I bought one of those, automatic misters.
oh, did you?
Mm-hmm. I went ahead and got one.
I remembered that I have my CPAP that I got tired of, and I think I put it in the nightstand drawer, and that would make a real good mister.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look in there and see if I have it.
But what I did do, I had it set because I had it set to go off every so often, and what it was, the water collected at the bottom and was running out the front.
Yeah.
Because
Dragon Lair said it'd be fine in there.
Okay. Because I could get a bigger one, way cheaper than a glass one.
Dan needs more information though. He said, "What kind do you have? Green, brown, or Cuban?"
I have a green one and a brown one. Well, two brown ones and one green one is in there.
And they're all from local.
Yep. But see, I always thought they changed color based on blending in.
Yeah.
But one of them's, is always brown, no matter what he's on in there.
I think that's the native ones. I may have it backwards. And the greens are the invasive. I don't know. When I lived in Florida, they called the green ones Cuban anoles when I lived in Jacksonville, so I don't really know.
Now the brown one has like a little stripe on its back, like.
That's the way my two are. They're brown.
Yeah.
I got them at the store. There they go running. I don't know what they're up to in there. Maybe they're having a mating dance or something. Yeah, mine will drink water drops, but they will go and drink out of the snake's water. I see them do that. I keep some moss in there too, and they'll go drink it off the moss.
I like my little plants and all that I have in there.
If they're native, they're all green and all Dragon Lair said. The brown ones are fooling you. I think the greens can turn brown.
Well, when I caught the mating, I think it was a brown male and a green female. And I did the lizard video, the lizard porn.
Yeah. Oh, that was you that showed that. I was trying to remember.
Uh,
Cuban and all males have orange. You need to study up on your anoles, Dee Dee, and do a little presentation for us.
Yeah,
For real.
yeah.
Because they're definitely a gateway species. And two, it might help somebody that's got a nose, help them with theirs. What am I going to do with this big piece of wood? I don't have a damn thing that'll go in, but maybe that 55. It might fit in a 40. I should have thought about that before I bought it, but that was
Well, that's the first time I've ever heard somebody said they had a big piece of wood and didn't have a place to stick it.
Dee Dee, it's been a lifelong problem, girl. I couldn't let that pass.
You know, I had to throw that one in there.
It's a story of my life, Dee Dee. Isn't it, Pam? On that note, I think, well, we don't have to quit at any certain time, but Mike, I don't want to wear you
it's
out.
I'm fine.
Florida has all
I had
kinds.
that big piece of corkwood too. I finally had to break it in half to get it in a tank.
That's the most broke him off a piece.
You ever thought about doing that, Dee Dee?
Breaking off a piece.
Yeah. IIRC browns don't change colors. We need to have Patrick and Dan do the thing. See all that
Well,
information?
I'll try to at least get some pictures.
Yeah. Of a nose.
Yeah, because I haven't even tried to take a picture of them.
Wow.
Oh, I thought you
Yeah.
scared me, Dee Dee. I thought you were still talking about woodies.
I like that
Yeah.
thing you posted, Pam, about taking the pictures and burning.
Oh, yeah.
Can't remember exactly how it goes, but it's very appropriate right now. I just can't remember.
She puts out some good stuff on Facebook.
Yeah. How did it go, Pam? Somebody told somebody to take.
I'm looking it up right now so I can read it exactly. My therapist told me to write letters to people you hate and then burn them. I did that, but now I don't know what to do with the letters.
There you go. I love that.
Oh, well, you'll have time to go through them in jail.
Yeah.
I got a few nurses I could do that too right now.
Oh, I bet. I want to know what IIRC browns means. See, they know enough about it that they can use the initials.
See, well, we keep trying to get dragon lair up on the stream.
I know, right?
Absolutely.
Get ready.
So Dragon Lair's been on the screen, but he got up and showed his naked butt.
Yeah,
We don't care,
we would pay extra for that.
you know.
Screen or glass are both totally fine. It's easier to watch them in glass. It's easier to take video pictures too, I found.
You
Yeah.
need to get Dan up too.
Oh, if I recall correctly, and I thought it was a kind of a no. Duh. Oh well. Yeah, we do need to get Dan up. I mean, we need to have him on the stream. I knew Pam was going to pick up on that. Or Dee Dee.
Yep. Well, that's up to Dan, I guess.
I guess it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
No,
don't
see,
know.
I can't just bring in another big old glass enclosure because you can't just say, "Oh, it's been here all this time. You just didn't notice it."
Right?
Yeah, I just bought this one 2 months ago, which it looked huge at the time. You know, I thought, "Oh gosh, those would have plenty of room in there."
That's exactly right, Dan. That's the reason why I don't do anything with the enols that I have. Is they're just so fun to watch.
Well, what would you do with them? Let them go?
Probably not.
Oh, they're not like fighting, but that's what they're doing. I don't know if it's mating or what, but I've got a stick all the way across there. One of the snakes pulled it down, but it's still off the ground, but they're running the whole 4 foot of that tank back and forth and jumping over each other and stuff.
Yeah.
I see now what they're doing.
Is that when they throw out that little orange thing on their throat?
One of them staying in the middle the whole time. The other one's going zoom, zoom, back and forth. I've never seen them do all that. Maybe they'll have some babies or something. Might draw the snake's interest. I don't think a ball python would even need an NO. Sure they wouldn't.
I don't think so. I'm even thinking about ordering some more anoles and putting them all in the chameleon's old cage.
Really? Oh, the old cage, yeah. I started to say I'm afraid that Gomez would press his tongue to these little guys.
I don't know if I want to get another chameleon or not.
This new little one I've got's doing okay. Little female. Bell chameleon.
Yeah, it's just losing that chameleon really hurt me.
Had it 5 years. I wonder what happened.
So, thinking about just doing a big cage of anoles.
You'll have anoles everywhere.
Well, you know, like when I came home, I went on vacation for 2 or 3 days, came home, and my golden dojo loach had ripped his face about half off. And at that point, I was like, you know, if he was to die, I think I'll shut down this whole fish room. And because it was just so disheartening. That one fish now out of all the fish here. But he got through it, and I thought, well, you know, that sure would have been silly. But, you know, at the time, you know, that was what went through my mind because that one fish, I was ready to pack them all up if he croaked on me.
See, that's what everybody told me before I got a chameleon was that they're fragile, but until that one got egg bound, I did good for a year, and I've still got the male.
Yeah, that's the way mine is. I had my chameleon probably a year and a half, and just all of a sudden.
Oh, there you go. He's some different anoles coming out.
That's exactly right, BJ. Anoles are like a circus.
Oh, dragon lair, that's awful. Wonder what happened. Lost it like it died, or lost it like I lost a snake? Like a circus. Huh.
Yeah, I'd like to see some of those, Dan.
You know, I wish mine was tame where they could just stay on my hand and, you know, let me walk around with them, but they
Oh
would
my
not.
gosh. Was it the puppy kind dragon lair, or? See, I had not forgot about that front line. I was going to research that more. Sorry for the weird angle, but got to do what I got to do.
Mites.
Who was it? It was Dicky Gecko was one that said it was the puppy front line.
Yeah, the puppy and cat.
Well, yeah, I would have never thought about mites and stuff on reptiles, but
Oh God, I obsessed about it when I got this first Adamo, because he didn't act right, and I was worrying everybody in the world that I could talk to about it. And I even did an online thing about a vet. You had to pay him money, and the vet would come on and give you answers. 2 days later, she came on. I'm like, no, I want my money back. It's not that. He didn't have mites though. They had let him eat too much junk at the pet store. It just came in. Somebody brought him in and traded him.
Oh,
Those things are real easy to keep. I'm sure they're like bearded dragons. Is what they say anyway. They have started drinking some water for me. That used to worry me.
My daughter got her snake. She got it at a pet farm. We got it home and it had mites, so she had to treat it for mites. I don't remember how she treated it, but the thing is that she had to throw away the cork hide after a while because it was full of mites.
Yeah.
Cork hide.
I remember reading you have to treat their bedding and their enclosure and everything, you know.
can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I can't find y'all. I touched something on my laptop, and it
We
looks
see
like
you.
I don't have YouTube, but I can hear you.
We see your thing up there still, and we hear you.
Wonder how I can find it. It's not on the
And Dan just put up the blue beauty and owl, so you're missing out.
because it says I've not up anything on the internet. Now, how in the world?
And Dragon Lair said his big male is 7 foot. You better get back on there.
Oh my, that's a beautiful
I
one.
can't click. I think I'll lose the stream if I click on it. I'm on my phone. I'll look
Well,
at it.
if I might lose y'all, but I'll be back.
I'll be back. Oh, he's talking about the snakes. Papuan carpets. Sure enough, she came back.
Yeah, I'm back. So now, got kill the other one. I don't know. That's the first time that happened.
You see us now? Check out that anole. See if you want one of them.
I've got to pull up YouTube. I'm hearing myself talk.
Just forget it.
What the heck?
I'm very patient. Just forget it.
Yeah. Oh, just never mind.
Right.
He's so dramatic, Dee Dee.
An old roommate had a jungle carpet. I don't know if that's initials for something or if that's a real name. I think that's a real name. Irian Jaya.
That's the other thing I've thought about getting for my screen enclosure is a pair of carpet chameleons.
Ooh, those are pretty because I was looking at chameleons before I got this little one. Those are pretty. They're not cheap either.
Yeah, they're not real cheap, but
get you a bigger thing, Dee Dee, a bigger enclosure, and get you a pair of those.
Thanks for clarifying that. I don't need a bigger thing. Yeah, that's pretty.
I wonder if that's a morph or if that's natural. I'll read about it. I'll save that
Oh,
link.
Yeller just bought you a coffee, Mike.
yeah. Appreciate everybody's support. All needed right now.
I don't know how, but somehow I've got 2 YouTubes and 2 StreamYards open. Can't see them. I can see one.
Oh, just go to bed, Dee Dee.
I'm telling you. Look, as soon as we get off this stream, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
There's that guy.
Yeah.
I think it's Instagram or TikTok, that guy that he starts out like, if you're having a bad day and blah, blah, blah. And it sounds like it's going to be something uplifting. He's like, just forget it. or just throw it away or something like that.
I think my water barrel will be about full. I'm gonna turn it off. Go watch me some Hallmark Christmas movies.
You and
Christmas isn't coming.
you and Ed's mother. I bet that's what she's watching.
I've been watching them a month.
Really?
Yeah.
It's 18 degrees right now.
Dan likes their thick bodies. Just saying.
He likes the what?
Their thick bodies. The greenish yellow.
Yeah, that's right, BJ. I agree. It looks like a gecko.
What is wrong? Stop. She's not listening here.
Did you hide her squeaky toy?
No, she's wanting to get on the bed. She never saw that bed till Yazzie and Milo started fighting over it, and now there's Yazzie on it. All three want this one little bed, and there's two beds right there. And they got to get on the little one, all three of them. There's Yazzie. There's the Yazzie. Makes sense.
Does she have any squeaky toys left?
Oh, she's got plenty of squeaky toys. She's got two. I have. Go get a squeaky toy. Where you at? She's got one in the chair right there with her. Bring you Squeaky. Come on. Princess. Princess. We went back to Princess because she likes it so much better. Bob, you troll. Right? Right. Dan,
We all got to be something.
That's right. I just had a bridge now. Damn it.
And a pot of gold at the other end of it.
They evicted me from all the bridges.
Well, it's hard to find a bridge nowadays.
It is. The creeks are up too, so it's not safe.
They're making all these metropolis highways over the waterways now.
Come on. Where's your Squeaky? Her
We
green
have
one in
right
her.
many drawbridges down here.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Still got
And they're-
drawbridges?
Yeah, they're eventually getting rid of them. You know, putting something that goes over.
What are they used for? Boats still have to go under them?
Yeah, they have to get through.
They had one in Jacksonville when I lived there on the town. But it didn't go up that much. It wasn't the interstate one, it was another highway.
Well, the one in New Bern is right beside a yacht club. So all the sailboats have to get it open to get in there because of their mast.
Yeah. Animals at Home's YouTube videos. I was trying to think of the name of the guy that I watched a little bit that has all the snakes that, like yours, that died, Pedrick. And he's in Canada, I want to say. But he doesn't do a lot of videos, but he breeds a certain morph of those, and they're not cheap. Not cheap. I think those snakes are too big for me.
I've been, with all the hype lately, I've been thinking about a Doomerel boa.
That's what it is. Demo.
Hey, Bob, we're going to have a tea and fish mafia this weekend.
Yeah. I haven't confirmed the guest, but have somebody. I'm being told it's time to eat. I'm getting the eye.
Getting the eye.
that. That's so pretty.
The one that right there, but it finally moved. Oh, there. See, when they start watching me, I count the heads. That's the one on the thumbnail. They let me know when it's time to eat. When it's
Yep.
that day, they explicit. I know. Well, I guess we should end at some point. We've been about an hour and a half.
When they all start popping their heads out, it's time to feed
It's
them.
yeah, I'm gonna try to get that new ball python that had need to eat also, since I'll be warming up nice. Hey, babies. There's 2 that haven't came out yet, but they will. They'll all come out. Well, Mike, I'm glad you're back with us.
Oh, I was so worried about him.
You might continue to get better, buddy.
I'll keep trying.
But yeah, we're definitely going to have a Tennessee Fish Mafia Sunday.
Getting all that fluid and weight off of me was the best thing.
Oh, I'm sure. It must have helped your breathing a lot too.
I can actually breathe now. So
New Caledonia. Look at that conversation they're having. See, that I want to end because I'm wanting to watch what they say. Anyway, thank you, mods, or mod. I'm not sure who's modding. BJ, thank you. Thanks everybody in the chat. Pam, Dee Dee, Mike. Welcome back to the Fish Fam, Reptile Fam, Snake Fam, all the above. Cat
good
fam.
to be back compared to what I've been going through for the past week. So everybody, thanks for coming out tonight. And like I said, your support, your love, everything means so much to me.
We love you all. We love. Thank you for the laughs and nerding out. That was serious. Oh yeah, the laughs. Yeah.
I'm not 100%,
thanks,
but I'm working on it.
One day at a time.
Yeah, a little time to get over what you've been through. That's for sure. Yeah, that's right. All right, guys. I'll see you on Sunday night. I'll see you Sunday night for sure. So take care. We're out of here.